Do you think your AI written content is undetectable? ZeroGPT claims an accuracy rate of 98% for detecting AI written content. Other AI detectors have similar claims. Now, if you're using AI to create content for SEO, for other purposes, and let's face it, you really should be if you're not, you're walking a tightrope. On the one side, there's the efficiency and scalability that AI-generated content offers. On the other, there's the increasing risk of your content being flagged and penalized by platforms and search engines, especially as those detectors spend more and more resources to improve their AI content detection. So the real challenge now isn't just about creating content with AI. It's about creating content that's generally helpful to users, valuable for SEO, and capable of passing increasingly stringent AI detection tests. In fact, just a few months ago, Google rolled out a helpful content update. But here's the thing. Not all AI writing tools are created equally. Some are much better at producing content that not only evades detection, but also truly engages human readers and satisfies search engine algorithms. And that is exactly what we're going to explore today. I'm going to do a deep dive into the three leading AI writing assistants: Claude 3.5, ChatGPT, and Perplexity. But we're not just going to look at their ability to generate content. We know all three of them can crank out content when asked. We're going to also examine how well they can create material that's valuable to your audience, optimized for search engines, and capable of passing even the most stringent AI detection tests. Remember, the goal here isn't to deceive. Our goal is to use AI as a tool to create generally helpful, high-quality content more efficiently. And to do that, we need to understand which tools are up to the task. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to compare these three AI tools across four different factors. Number one, quality and helpfulness of the content. This will be judged by professional copywriters. Number two, ability to pass AI detection. Number three, how SEO optimized is the content for Google search? And number four, how effective are they in following specific character or word limits that we give them in the prompt? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which AI tool to use to keep your SEO strategies effective and undetectable. So to get started, we gave all three models the exact same single prompt with no edits requested after the content generation is finished. Let me show you right here. This is the exact prompt. I'm going to give you a link in the description so you can go and download this prompt there. You don't need to worry about pausing the video or copying it or anything like that. At my agency, our typical content generation is a three-step process with three individual prompts. But for here, to keep everything equal as possible, I did one prompt for all three of them. So let's start with how they did on content quality and helpfulness. So the way we evaluated content quality is I asked my professional copywriters to read the content written by each of the three tools and then evaluate it on a scale of 1 to 5 for how helpful and engaging and informative that content was. Now, honestly, none of the three articles were particularly in-depth or informative. They're all targeting the keyword Plumber Houston. But they also closely agreed with the scores, with Claude scoring 4 out of 5, Perplexity at 3.5, and ChatGPT coming in the worst at a 3 out of 5. The ChatGPT content was very generic, very vague, and had a lot of fluff in it, even though in the prompt we very specifically told the tool to generate concise and minimize fluff. The second area that we looked at was AI detector tests. And in this case, for all three of them, we used ZeroGPT, which is a free tool for AI content detection. So this score here, 97%, this was ChatGPT. Perplexity scored 55%, and Claude came in at 15.4. Here's the summary of those three scores. Again, Claude significantly better at evading AI detection. I ran this same test across several other AI detection tools with very similar results. In general, Claude was not seen as AI written from most of the tools, and ChatGPT was very clearly had a lot of flags for being AI written. The actual articles, you can see them here. This is the Perplexity article, if you'd like to read it yourself. This here is the Claude article that it wrote, and there's clearly some formatting issues that we would want to improve. So the next metric that we evaluated these three articles for was how well optimized they are for SEO. To decide this, I used a tool called Page Optimizer Pro, which is a tool that we use all the time at my agency. What Page Optimizer Pro does is it analyzes the content that's ranking well on Google and looks at LSI keywords, keyword usage, patterns to evaluate what Google's algorithm is looking for when it is reading content. And we compared the current top ranking results for Plumber Houston to the 3 articles that we wrote. Now, one of the key features of Page Optimizer Pro is it recommends a target length, but we did 1,000 words, which is well below the recommended 3,000 words that Page Optimizer Pro had. So all 3 of the scores ended up being fairly low because the content just wasn't as long as what Page Optimizer Pro wanted. But let me compare them anyway. So the overall optimization score is on a scale of 100. Cloud scored a 67, Perplexity very, very similar, scored a 66, and ChatGPT was significantly lower at 59. So we're seeing a consistent theme here. ChatGPT had the lowest in optimization score, it had the lowest in the content quality score, and it had the worst AI detection score. The last test was a check on the word count. The prompt requested 1,000 words of content. So we decided to see how close do they actually come to writing 1,000 words. I also asked all 3 tools to generate title tags for that article. I asked them to generate 15 different title tag suggestions and gave them some guidelines for what typically performs well in terms of improving click-through rate for title tags. Historically, ChatGPT has really struggled with obeying character limits, so I wanted to see how it did when given a 60-character limit and how Cloud and Perplexity did with the same. So starting with the word count, we see Cloud wrote 1,065 words, Perplexity wrote 1,010, very close to being the same figure, and ChatGPT wrote an extra 400 words. Not awful, but certainly did not obey the requested length that I gave it. So taking a look at the title tags, for all of them, I gave it a limit of 60 characters, told it what I'm trying to optimize for, Plumber Houston, and asked for 15 different ideas. So for Perplexity, it gave 15 ideas, and these are all within 60 characters. Cloud gave 15 ideas, all within 60 characters, and ChatGPT gave 15 ideas, all within 60 characters. So in terms of the title tag challenge of writing a very specific number of characters, all 3 models did a good job. The overall result is that Cloud significantly outperformed ChatGPT. Perplexity was very close, but I still have to give Cloud the edge. Now, of course, once your content is generated, the next step is making sure that Google indexes it. Check out this video where I show you exactly how to get AI-generated content indexed in 2 minutes or less. And I tell you, after going through this comparison for all of these 3 major tools, we are changing the content generation AI that we use. Right now, historically, I've been using ChatGPT at my agency. After seeing what Cloud 3.5 Sonnet is capable of, going forward, we're going to be using Cloud for all of our content generation.